Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got yet another review for you today, and this time I'm going to be talking to you about the debut EP from the band Virulence, entitled Necrosis, out now through the band themselves. And if you're not familiar with Virulence, they are a death metal band out of Tampa, Florida. Been around since 2020, featuring Mike Petrak on the drums. He is a former member of Successful Ride Apocalypse Across the Sky, which is probably one of the longest ass band names I have ever heard. Kevin Gibbons on the bass. Stephen Harger, sorry, I probably pronounced your name wrong. I apologize. Handling the guitars. Both of them are in the band Infernion. And finally, Chris Default on guitars and vocals. He is a former member of Infernion, as well as a former member of Divine Empire, among others. As I said, this is their debut EP. It is 5 tracks and just a couple of ticks over 21 minutes in length. And I actually discovered this band during a Bandcamp Friday not that long ago. And after checking out a couple of songs, I promptly ordered this EP, and kind of going into it with no preconceived notions or expectations and giving this multiple spins, I have definitely left a fan of this band for sure. Right off the bat, the bass really caught my attention, as it's twangy with just a little bit of a techie feel to it at the same time. Yet it does get pretty heavy in spots while listening to this, and while it's not super high up in the mix, it still cuts through and makes its presence known. Powerful guitars though really drive this EP with their thrashy kind of old school death metal feel. They're mid to fast paced for the most part, with some nice headbangable grooves and solos, and at times I got a little bit of a Cannibal Corpse-ish feel to some of the riffs, such as the lead-off track, Inheriting Ruin, though that is by no means the only time I happen to hear a little bit of Cannibal Corpse here and there in their riffing. Then we get into track number 3, Necrosis, the title track. I love the opening, as the riffs really give off a real sinister feel, and especially later on when it slows down just a bit for a heavier style riff, you really get a nice sinister vibe to it, and at times it even has a bit of a black metal feel to it, I thought. Then when you get into track number 4, Behold the Bloodshed, about 3:11 into that song is a great example of those nice headbangable grooves that you're going to find throughout this EP. This particular one coming after a fast-paced flurry with some nice fast-paced blast beats, excuse me. And speaking of the drums, I thought the drum production on this EP was actually pretty solid. And, he really provides a lot of nice patterns, rolls, and fills, great blast beats, nice fast double bass work. And then finally, Chris tops things off with a really powerful and varied vocal performance. He mixes these nice low growls with more mid-range, so it would sound right at home on a Ghoul album, as well as these, absolutely killer kind of Sean McGrath, C.R. Pettit-ish style snarls. Just really powerful, yet doesn't lose any of the clarity in delivering the lyrics or anything, and just, like I said, really powerful, really varied, really well done, I thought. Overall, I thought this was a solid debut offering from this Floridian death metal act. It's equal parts brutal and headbangable. 1 minute, they're beating you over the head, and the next, they're making you bang your head with a nice groove. Just solid musicianship, great vocals, and just everything is so well executed that you can't help but come back to hear more and more of it. Hopefully, it won't be too long before we get some new material from this band, as I, for one, cannot wait to see what is next for these guys. So yeah, this gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Go check out Virulence. I will be leaving a link down below to their Bandcamp, so you can check this out for yourself and pick up a copy, I should say, which I highly recommend you do, because this is an absolutely solid EP. So yeah, that is going to do it. 9 out of 10 from me. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.